it's like if the opposing coaches take one of the waters or one of the stats, just replace it real quick. And then we just go around the room asking people need them. You guys want stats at all?
Yes. Sure.
Kelsey, what was it like for you tonight getting out there, having the night that you had, and just after experiencing Hilton Coliseum all these years?
You know, I saw it in a different perspective now. You know, I've watched it from the stands for how many years now, and now I finally got to put on the jersey. And so it was a dream come true, and, you know, just being out there with my best friends, basically. So just a dream come true.
Adi, how do you feel like you played, obviously, the double-double, coming off the bench with your spurts? How would you assess how your first game went?
Sure. It's hard to assess when you don't know what to assess it off of. You know, this is our first game, and yeah, I didn't know I had a double-double until you just told me. So, I mean, that's cool, I guess. Hopefully keep that going. But, you know, I think it's a good start. It's a good foundation, you know. Even though you could say, arguably, we played well, but, like, collectively, we made some mistakes. So we definitely have a lot of work to do, and we will be working on that tomorrow, I'm sure.
Yeah, from an overall team standpoint, how do you feel like you guys did? Just, I know the game doesn't count, but
Sure.
the grand scheme of things, it's an important, you know, start point.
You know, it was a great opportunity to come out here, play in front of all these fans, and, you know, you see different things compared to what you do in practice. They play you differently. So, you know, being in a real game, you see so many different things where what you do well and what you need to improve on. And I think tonight we learned what we need to work on and what keep on doing well.
Yeah, and you can say it doesn't count, but, I mean, we have the jerseys on, and the fans are here, and the scoreboard was turned on, so I think it counts. And, you know, we're still learning each other. This is the first time we're playing together. You know, as a team as a whole, and we definitely have to get some parts figured out so that we can become a cohesive team and put out a better result.
Making that transition from practices to games, how did you guys think that the whole team did? You guys included, obviously, but how do you think that transition went, and how much did you learn tonight, or at least get on that path to learning what you need to?
Sure.
You know, we had our moments where it was up and down, but overall, I think we overcame the challenges. And, you know, sometimes it didn't go our way, but we found a way out of it.
Right.
And so just what we didn't do that we usually do in practice, we'll go back in practice and just work really hard on making sure we're getting it right for the games.
Right. And anybody can drill and drill and drill, and you say you're doing this and you perfect and you polish these things in practice, but until you're put in that live situation, it's a completely different ballgame. You know, you got the crowd. You can make 1,000 excuses as to why you forget things or you turn the ball over, but the reality is this is literally our first game, and these mistakes, I think, are expected. But that doesn't mean that we are going to continue to make them. We're going to learn from them and grow.
So it was your first game tonight. What do you think you learned the most tonight moving forward through the rest of the season?
I would say I learned a lot about who we are as a team. You know, what we do collectively when things go wrong, when things don't go our way, because, you know, as we said, this is that first time that we actually kind of, here you go, you know, here it is. And the season, you know, it's not going to get any easier, that's for sure. So we just got to pick up the pace. And I learned tonight that when things get rough, we deal with it. We deal with it. We carry on, and we continue to play Iowa State basketball.
Yeah, like Audie said, we found a way, you know. It wasn't always the prettiest at times, but, you know, we learned who we are when we're in those difficult situations, and we found a way out of it. So.
Yep. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Press conference grows.
Us? I haven't even looked at this. What? All right. Who cares?
Start with an opening statement from Coach, and then we'll open it up for questions.
First of all, just really want to thank the fans. I thought for exhibition Wednesday night, a lot of stuff going on. It was a really nice crowd. Really appreciate that. Certainly want to thank Truman State. I thought they played a really hard game, played well, gave us a lot to look at in our first game. You know, it's hard to believe that the first 7 kids that played in the game weren't in Ames last year. So, and then you look at the stats, I think 70+% of our minutes, points, and rebounds came from the freshmen. So certainly a lot of good things, certainly a lot of things to work on, but that's what these games are designed to do. And now there's video and stat sheets. So we'll get back to work tomorrow.
There's so many questions about this team moving forward. Just now that you have a game and you have some experience, how do you feel about them? And what's your take on where this team could go? I know it's only one game, but
Yeah.
you still learn a lot.
No, I thought we played really, really hard. You know, it's like I told Doc at halftime. It's like we're teaching a foreign language, and it takes time, whether it's defense or these guys are just so used to. They show up and get off the bus and start shooting, but you know, when you're playing a lot of them, and there isn't the help that's usually there, but I like what the possibilities are. You know, I've told them many times, we can use the excuse that we probably are the youngest, least experienced Power 5 team in the country, or embrace it. And you know, they've worked really hard in practice, and you know, obviously there's going to be a lot of challenges for this team day to day, but it's a very connected group, and they want to be coached, so we'll see how it goes.
What did you learn about this team tonight?
I think I learned that they have the ability to do the things, at a level that they can have some success. Certainly defensively, we have to work on that. And again, that's the number one thing that's hard for young people. We're still, I don't think, we didn't play great, but we scored it enough. We've got to make free throws. We couldn't make anything from the 3-point line early. We did in the second half. We tried to play a lot of combinations. Obviously, not having Nye tonight changes your rotation. And so you look out there and you're playing 2 freshman guards to start a game, and I don't care who you're playing. So, but I thought, again, all the freshmen showed signs of doing some really good things, and I think that's a great sign moving forward.
Addie kind of filled the stat sheet. Just how do you plan to utilize her versatility, and did you sense she was playing with a lot of confidence? She looked that way, like not a freshman.
No, Addie's she's probably the most versatile kid on our team. We've played her everywhere. We ask her to do a lot. I think the last 2 days she's probably practiced better than she has since we started. She's a willing, she's willing to do the things we're asking her to do. Shoot it, handle it, defend it. We're playing her all over the place, and we've been lucky to have a kid like that. And I don't even want to bring it up, but it's the Bridget Carlton, Adewale Jones kind of skill set. So no, I did not say that she's the next. No, I did not say that. She has a similar skill set, but the kids and her basketball IQ, Tommy's off the chart, without question. Besides Emily Ryan, she's probably the smartest basketball player we have on our team. And the more she learns the pace and what this level's about, she's going to be a really, really good player, and she wants to be. That's a good thing too.
Do you have what's the latest with Nye? What was she out with? And then do you expect, I know when it came to the statement, you had said Emily's out indefinitely. Do you expect her to be back this year?
With Emily, I don't know what her situation is. We'll let the medical staff deal with it. Like the thing said, she's making progress, but that's all I can probably talk about with that. Nye could have played tonight, but tomorrow will be an easier day. We have Friday off, so we just decided this was not the game and it gave the other kids some more minutes. So she's got a little bit of a knee thing that she's had for years, but if it was the opener, if it was Butler tonight, she would have played. So she wasn't real happy she didn't play tonight, but we erred on the side of caution, which, like I said, our medical team is so good and so smart and so forward-thinking that they guide us in a way that we need to be guided, and I think it was the best thing for Nye and probably the best thing for our team moving forward.
What's it say about your team that you had so much inexperience on the court, so many people going through first times? I know you were looking at relying on that leadership of Nye and Emily, but not having them on the floor and them overcoming the slow start and putting on the performance that they did.
Yeah, I mean, that's a really good question. And I think it's going to be asked a lot of our team this year. That's who we are. And the one thing that I've told them from the very first day, we're either going to find a way to compete and be successful and give our fans what they deserve, or we're going to use the excuse. And I gave them the example of our football team's playing at a pretty high level, and they're playing true freshmen. They came here to play, and no one on the other, there's no sign above their head that says freshman. It says Iowa State, and they're going to go guard you. So you either play through it, and obviously there's going to be, there's learning pace, purpose, / how patient are you? And those are the things that's a line that moves a lot. But I've told them, we're going to coach you hard. We're going to expect a lot of you. I mean, you look out there was probably 7 or 8 minutes during the game. All 5 of them were in there together. And that's going to happen. And it's fun, it's exciting, and it's, as gray as I am now, it'll be worse by the end of the year. But they're good kids, and they want to do it right. And I have no problem with their work ethic whatsoever.
So it is a really young team. You do have 5 freshmen. How do you think that they performed tonight, and what are your expectations for them for the season?
No, I thought the freshmen were great. I really do. You know, obviously, there's a million things we can point to, but when you look at the impact they had on the game, especially the minutes, they had to play a lot of minutes. We played a lot of them. And I think what Tommy mentioned earlier, they're looking around for someone to guide them. And Emily and I weren't playing. And that's a hard thing to do. It's hard to play as a freshman, but it's really hard when you're not playing with someone who's been there, done that. And I think that made what they did tonight even more impressive. And they're the foundation of our team this year, and they're the foundation of this program moving forward. And I think they like that, and I look forward to seeing them grow.
Bill, did tonight's game and kind of how, obviously you're playing a D2 school that lacks size, but with how decent they looked or how good they were at taking care of business, did that exceed your expectations coming into this one, or was that kind of where you thought they were at coming into it?
You know, that's a really good. I really didn't know. I mean, I thought we practiced a couple. You know, we had about 4 days where we really struggled practice-wise. We could tell that we need to get to November and see someone else. Our scout team was kicking our you-know-what on a regular basis. But, I knew they would play hard, and I knew there'd be some moments where people were like, wow, that's pretty good. Then there'd be moments like, what in God's name are you thinking or doing? And, you know, we're forgetting plays, and, you know, we're forgetting, who inbounds the ball? This is the first time these guys have run out of that tunnel, and, their eyes were pretty big to start with. And you got to play through it, and that's the advantage we have over football, for example, is we get to play an exhibition game, and they get to put the uniform on and run out there, and they know what's ahead of them. They know how hard it's going to be, but they'll try, and they'll work at it. And our fans are going to enjoy getting to know them and watching them grow, and I think our fans are going to help them grow because they're going to need some help, and our fans are the best people to do that for them.
And I know you guys have a couple different wrinkles with this new team and how many newcomers you have, but is that front court press going to be installed, I guess, not regularly? I know you're not a guy that wants to press someone for 40 minutes, but.
No, we're seriously, we're going to try everything. And I told them that. I said, every game it's going to be a different game plan, a different situation, a different combination, and that can be harder, or it can be, all right, that's cool, let's try it. You know, we can't just line up and, you know, do one thing. We just can't against the schedule that we play against. So we're going to try a little bit of everything. We tried to press a little bit tonight. We'll switch up defenses more than we did tonight. We really wanted to work on some on-ball stuff, but you're going to see a lot of stuff, and we'll see if any of it works. Appreciate y'all's time, man. Thanks again.
Thanks.
Look forward to seeing you this year. Thanks, Tom. Thanks, you guys.
Thanks for running my headline with that Adewale quote.
There you go.
The idea that area will kind of run the whole
Yeah.
moving forward.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of thinking about what to ask you tomorrow.
Yeah.
So.
No problem, man.
Thanks, Bill.
See you guys. Is it tomorrow I get to see you guys again?